And Oscar, over the years, has learned it pretty well.
You think, Emmanuel, that Forbes would be doing something different if he had Roger Mayweather in his corner, Roger being the more offensive-minded Mayweather trainer?
No, I don't think so. I think Oscar just setting such a tempo. He's busy jabbing, hooking, mixing up combinations, and he's made, for the most part, Forbes become a defensive fighter. He's trying to figure out what Oscar's going to do next, and that's what Oscar wants to do. Oscar just setting a tempo that he can't handle.
These are the best combinations De La Hoya has thrown all night. 2 violent assaults in a row that pinned Forbes against the ropes here in the 7th of 12 rounds.
You think there are any other wannabe billionaires on the planet who could throw those combinations?
No, Oscar he's really into this fight. He really wanted to make a statement tonight, and that's what he's doing too.
So the question now becomes, will he fade in the last 4 rounds of the fight?
I don't think so tonight.
As has been the pattern over the years.
No, he seemed to be fighting the perfect fight tonight. And he knows where his punches are going.
Wife of Oscar De La Hoya, Millie De La Hoya. She, of course, hails from Puerto Rico. And Oscar has stated 2 or 3 times in the last few years that he would never fight another Puerto Rican fighter in honor of Millie. But recently the tune has changed. He's been talking about Miguel Cotto for December.
Down, down and up. Fade hook. Fade hook right hand. You understand?
Here you see Oscar put together so many different variety of combinations of punches. Not any one punch is landing clean, as I said earlier, but it's just the consistency of those combinations from all different angles are beginning to take their effect as the fight goes on.
CompuBox numbers in the 7th round, De La Hoya 19 out of 71. You saw how many of the punches were near misses in that exchange. Forbes 14 out of 54. The 54 punches thrown, the lowest output of the fight for Forbes.
Emmanuel, it is noticeable that Oscar seems more relaxed. That his body isn't tensed up like a balled fist. He's standing tall. He's doing what he planned to do.
That's what I said. He's fighting the perfect fight. But after losing about probably 4 fights based on, in all of those fights, for the most part, he was ahead on points, including Bernard Hopkins. Most all of his fights he lost, he was ahead on points, and he faded in the end. So I think he's got the message now finally.
How much of it, Emmanuel, is that it's so much easier to relax against a guy with 9 knockouts and 33 wins, as opposed to larger, tougher men like Hopkins and some of the other people he's fought?
I think it has some effect on him, but I think he really came to this fight determined he's going to fight tall, work off his jab, and he's doing everything he said. But, you know, knowing he's fighting a guy that's not a big puncher, maybe will have him be a little bit more comfortable. But I think he would have did this regardless, though.
Because he's always taken such a good punch anyway.
Yes.
In 43 fights prior to tonight, Oscar De La Hoya has never had a knockout past the 8th round. Excuse me. That's Forbes, who's never had a knockout past the 8th round. Of course, Vargas was an 11th round knockout victim for De La Hoya back in 2003.
And what was really impressive, even though he didn't score a knockout, the final round of the fight with Ike Quartey, which he put on a tremendous gallant show that last round, and knocked Quartey down.
Let him go, Stevie. Let him go. Let him go, baby. Come on. Don't push yourself. There you go. Hands up. Protect yourself at all times, gentlemen.
Forbes has sparred hundreds of rounds with Floyd Mayweather Jr., but He ain't no Floyd Mayweather Jr., that's clear.
No, definitely is not. Floyd Mayweather's very special. But you know, the most impressive thing he's been doing recently is just the showboating. Coming back, a lot of, you know, showing off, but not really landing effective punches.
Look, we gotta let punches go. I think Oscar, this might be where Oscar's starting to get a little tired.
Okay.
So press him a little bit. When I'm saying pressing smart. Moving your head inside. Try to get inside and let your hands go.
Okay.
Let them combinations go. Let this crowd see.
Okay.
Jab gonna set everything up. Everything come off the jab. You got me?
Yeah.
All right then.
Right here, you see near the end of the round, Stevie Forbes landed a little weird left uppercut type shot that really bothered Oscar for a few seconds.
Looks like it got right in his eye, the corner of his glove.
Right in the eye socket.
Boundary box numbers in 8. De La Hoya slowed down a little bit, 17 out of 57. That's the low output for De La Hoya in the fight. Forbes 12 out of 73. As Steve boosted his output a little, but wasn't really landing that much. Well, of course, you saw the replay of the really good left-hand shot.
Bring it up, baby. Bring it up.
Well, you heard Jeff Mayweather asking Steve Forbes to go pressure De La Hoya. And then he sort of backed it off and said, well, pressure him intelligently.
Yeah, but Oscar set such a pace, he can't handle this. You know, he can't pressure Oscar. All he can do is do just exactly what he's doing now. Fight in spots, do a little showboating, show Oscar he didn't hurt him, and do things like that. But he can't keep up with the pace that Oscar set.
All of that will conspire to maybe win him 2 or 3 rounds on the scorecards.
I haven't given him a round. I mean, I know that Harold gave him a round. I thought it was because he did better than he did in another round, but I don't think he's actually clearly won a round yet. He's had some competitive rounds, but I don't think he's won, at least in my score.
De La Hoya very good with the left hand again here. Landing hooks and jabs. Forbes slows down, not throwing. De La Hoya manages to pressure him against the ropes again.
If Forbes had any idea of becoming aggressive, Oscar is sort of knocking that idea out of his head.
Absolutely, Larry.
Stop. Watch it, both of you guys. Box.
And that little nod that Forbes gave to Oscar showed a bit of the sparring partner mentality to me, acknowledging that Oscar had done something good. Get even.
Well, there's a part of you that wants to say Forbes is too good a fighter to have been thoroughly victimized by the sparring partner mentality. But on the other hand, he's quite open about the amount of time he has spent sparring with stars and what it's done for him in his career. And Emmanuel, I think over a long period of time, it's hard to escape it if you're that kind of guy.
That's true, but I just think that Oscar's fighting a tremendous fight tonight. I mean, I don't care what mindset he had tonight. It'd be hard to fight Oscar where he's fighting tonight.
Not just a good fight, a tremendous fight.
Yeah, he's really fighting a perfect fight. Looks like he's turned back the clock like Shane Mosley did in this last fight with Cotto. Looks very sharp, energized, good tempo, everything is perfect.
Even counting the caliber of opponent?
Yes.
He just came back on that round. You got to get busy. You got to work. Dig down. Find it. You got to find it. Dig down in yourself.
Listen, you throwing one punch at a time. Every time you throw one punch, he ain't even getting tired because of that. You got to make him work. Throw more punches. Drag him up. He's not doing shit when you drag him up. Throw more than...
Yeah. The second win. Okay.
Let that conditioning kick in now, Oscar. Let it go.
Everything coming in, baby. Are you ready?
Pick it up, man.
You ready? Pick it up, baby.